night took from my window pane. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, how do we make a fire? Other than using flammable liquids and a barbecue, I really don't have. Growing up in an American Jewish community, I never really. Over here, behind me, you can see a good way to start a fire with a match. Living in Israel, you notice that Lag BOmer is a huge holiday where, you know, people run around and make fires and run around where fires are happening. Come with me, everybody. Let's go see some of the fires going on in the Jerusalem Lag BOmer area. You can see there's a chair. You want to burn whatever you can find. Anything that might be useful to people is a good thing to burn. You know, there are only so many trees. You can burn metal. That's a good thing to burn. You can burn his helmet, as it's quite useless. That's cartoon. That's cartoon.
No,
you guys gotta go get more wood. Steal from other kids.
We have more.
Not like that. That's not big enough. As long as it's not contained, because we trust. You have to trust that Hashem, that God will take care of you and guard you, as he did Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Marked off territory due to the danger of teenagers. You can see over here.
העצים, מהיום.
You can see how creative you can be with your burning. Drawers that might have been useful in their parents' home, and tables that people used, plastic, all the leftovers from the Jerusalem snowstorm. See these young men cornering off the area, talking, strategizing how they're going to steal more wood from the little kids. This is the Hillulah of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the one who we give credit to for the Kabbalah, the Zohar. So it's the Hillulah day, and on the Hillulah day, because he died, we make a fire, and it's the Hillulah. That's tradition to drink a lot when when a rabbi dies. You want to drink a lot, because he was an important rabbi. He had an acronym, Rashbi, and if you have an acronym, that means you're important. If you're important, then you should have an acronym in your name. That's responsible. You have a teenager telling these kids not to go near the fire unless he's there. You know, don't run into the fire unless I'm watching you. A little supervision. It's about the education. That's what I like. He's telling that if you want to have a good time, you have to listen and pay attention. That's how you have a good time, paying attention to authority. That's fun. Very important to keep your children away from the fire. And don't know what kind of ritual we're practicing over here. You can see that supermarket cart getting good use. In Israel, it's only 5 shekel. You put your money in the supermarket cart and you can take it.
Yes, this is Supercell.
Oh, so they don't.
Supercell give him to me, to Papa.
Oh, they do. So it's only 5. You put in the 5 shekel and you're allowed to take it. For the sake of tradition, it's fine for them. There are kids and a shovel and fire, and one stepping right into the fire. It is safe, as parents are watching their children jump into the flames, throwing random things that can just take off and blow up. I'm gonna get out of here before I get hit by one of these kids throwing fire with parental supervision. Trees from little kids who have collected. Achim, תקח את העץ שלהם, הם ילדים, הם יותר קטנים מכם. יכולים לקחת, לגנוב מהם, זה יהיה יותר גדול בשבילכם. You can have a bigger fire if you take it from the little kids. Take it from them. Look at that. I think the guy behind me is just making a mangal, little matchbox style barbecue that they use in Israel, and they wave at. And what they do is they wave at the, like, they're called nif-noofing. If you say hello to the fire, then it might be nice. It might start if you use flammable liquid. Maybe not a good idea. This is a nice tradition for cults to get together and sing songs on Lag BOmer. Hinei ma tov u'manayim is a beautiful song to sing on Lag BOmer, and you can even round table it. You could do one Hinei ma tov, and then you start the Hinei ma tov a second later, and then there's more Hinei ma tovs, and then you have like 4 or 5 different Hinei ma tovs, and the fun just goes on right from there. Sticking with the tradition of burning useful items, you can see in here, there's a nice little tabletop, things that I could have used in my apartment, being that my roommate still hasn't bought a couch or any tables, and we're stuck without a fridge right now. Hopefully they won't be burning fridges, because we can use a fridge in our apartment. You have to take a risk if you want to get your marshmallows nice and warm. Use little skewers, like tiny toothpicks, for your marshmallows. If you have a lot of money, you can always just go to the Home Depot. You can see there they have a door they're going to be burning. If you do have a home to stand guard, as the children of Israel will take whatever they can. If it burns anything that is inanimate, you might want to watch out for older people, anybody resting. Parts of sukkahs. You did bring parts of the booths celebrated on Sukkot. If you have Schach, you might want to guard that thing you own. If you own a warehouse, keep guard today, because they're taking it. Storage house, storage facility, anything they can. Guard your homes. Kids are making fires. I'm standing guard. Very important on my guitar. I don't want the kids to burn it. Those guys have it down better over there. Special techniques of taking whatever your parents didn't see you take from the house. I just don't know if they have the flammable liquids necessary to start the fire. That kid just ran over and stole. What they stole themselves has been now stolen, and that's wrong. Even for a fire for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, stealing from something that's been stolen is considered forbidden. It's considered asur. Nobody's standing guard over there. The most important part of starting your fire on Lag BOmer is people standing guard. These are the young little men who are separate from the girls, which makes them better. Until you're 36, and then maybe Ezra's not for you. Right guard, deodorant, the most cleaning products say not to eat. Anything that says not to eat is probably flammable. A match, you can throw a couch. Most house products that are useful are good for fires. These kids have still not gotten anywhere with this fire. שום דבר פה, כן, ויש לילדים שמה בני 5 מדורה להתחיל את המדורה. איזה טכניקה? Okay. Trees is an important way to get a fire going. Okay, so I guess you're allowed to stomp in the fire. Kids are making uncontained fires with parental supervision. Why is he standing? Isn't that dangerous? Lo la'amod al ha'esh b'li mishu yoter muvagar ro'im shomdim al ha'esh. Should only be standing on a fire if an older person watches you. That's very important. Technique used to start a fire, which is beating the fire. The difference between this technique over here and that technique is that technique worked. We saw today with Lag BOmer. You want to use whatever you can at your disposal, which is generally products in your parents' households. It saves you money. A chair. Chairs are very flammable. These made out of wood. Tables. A lot of tables are very flammable. A lot of tables, you might want to use some tables. Couches, even more. This is easier. Any linen in your house. If you have linen in your parents' linen closet, it flames right away. If you have a drum set, let's say one of your siblings has a drum set and you don't like the drum set, so you can start that fire. A curtain is also a very good way to start a fire. It's flammable, you just light it and boom, fire starts. So remember, do not light a fire in your home until you make sure that your parents have insurance. And that way everybody's happy. Don't forget, you can also use, just so you keep in mind, alcohol is a very easy way to start a fire. Anything flammable, young kids. If you're running through a fire, make sure your parents are there. Safety comes first with education with Rabbi David. Honestly, I smelled extremely disgusting. Yes, I do. I don't even know how. Fires don't even smell like this, the way I smell right now. Josh, fires don't smell this bad. Why are we even doing the follow-up to that whole segment over at the fires? I think they got the picture when we did the segment by the fires. I don't think we have to do a follow. I don't see the point of the follow-up segment. It didn't smell this bad when the couch was burning. I don't know how I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do tonight. Light your fire. Light your candle. Not my best friend Randall and the sandal.